Have you ever read this author named Fernando Pessoa? Fernando Pessoa.
No. Book? Any book?
Yeah. So
He's an author.
he was this Portuguese writer
Okay.
who I think we can find him relatable on so many levels. People like us,
Fernando Pesa. Yes, yes,
Fernando
yes, yes,
Fernando
yes, yes.
Pessoa.
Yes, I remember his name because I'm studying. I'm attending
Yeah.
Baiju's classes for UGC
Uh-huh.
Net English Literature, and we
Yeah.
have to cover global literature. I mean, global literature.
Yes.
So that's why we have to cover Portuguese literature, German, French, Russian. So all those other
Yes.
languages apart from English. Yes, I now I remember his name.
Yeah, and his
Yes,
most
so
famous work is the Book of Disquiet. You should read
the
that book.
book of the book of
The Book of Disquiet. The Book of Disquiet.
disquiet. Okay.
So yeah. So the thing
Okay,
about
what's it?
Fernando Pessoa is that Fernando Pessoa, he used to be this clerk. He was this clerk who led a very uneventful life. Like just some ordinary lower middle class life, all by himself. And he wouldn't really, he didn't have a very active social life. All he did was, go to work, come back home, go to work, come back home, just the same routine. But he used to type. He used to write letters during his work, right? Because being a clerk, that's what he had to do, right? Write a lot of work letters. Then, coming back home, he would write a lot of stuff for himself, right? But he wouldn't really publish them. So what happened was he used to keep some diary, a journal for himself, and he would write as different characters, and
Oh,
he used to call them by different names. So we call those characters heteronyms. Heteronyms, basically
heteronyms.
different personalities. He describes those characters as different fragments of himself,
Okay.
right? And he the Book of Disquiet is about this clerk,
Hmm.
which is kind of the most similar to him. The clerk's name is Bernardo Soares. That's what he
Bernardo.
calls that clerk,
Okay.
the clerk version of himself.
So you read the
Bernardo Soares.
translation. It's available in English, I think.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, he wrote in English. He wrote in
Okay,
English as
okay.
well.
He wrote it in
He wrote
English.
in
Okay.
Portuguese as well as English, and he used to write
Okay.
really good English. And you should write his prose. You should read his prose. It's really good.
Hmm.
And you have to read it slowly. It's that kind of a book. It's not like a
Yes,
novel,
yes.
but he calls it a novel, a novel of
Okay.
this character. But all you see are these musings of this particular character named Bernardo Soares. At other times, you also see some other characters as well alongside. I don't remember some other names you do see.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's very interesting to read. You find a lot of his thoughts relatable. And he wrote this back in like 1920s or 30s, right? And
Okay.
we face that similar level of alienation, urban alienation nowadays, right?
Hmm.
And he foresaw all of that, like back then. He was well ahead of his
Okay.
time. And he was someone
Interesting.
who never got recognized for his work, when he was alive. He got recognized only after his death, like posthumously.
Okay. Posthumously.
Yes.
Posthumously.
Posthumously.
Yeah.
That's what you should read his works. It's really nice.
Yeah. I will. The Book of Disquiet.
The Book of Disquiet by
Yes.
Fernando Pessoa.
Yeah. I will Google it and I will buy the book. Otherwise, I will.
You can also get an ebook from LibGen. That's how I read it.
Yes. Otherwise,
I've-
I have access to my college library and another one, that is city library as well. So I will try to get that book from there.
Definitely.